I also had a thought recently about work. I found myself, I think yesterday, feeling a general sense of kind of like, oh man, I need to like do some work. I
Mm.
have a lot of work to do. I need to do some work.
Mm.
Okay, can you ever feel that way?
Yes, I'm very interested in what you're about to say because this is the sort of stuff I'm into in book research as well. I'm like, oh, hello. This feeling of I have to do work. Interesting. Tell me more.
Yeah, so I felt this feeling of I have to do some work, and that sort of that sort of sounded the problematic alarm in my head, basically.
Okay.
That sounded the problematic alarm in my head, and I mean, I've talked about similar things before where I think it's easy to get caught up in the feeling of doing work and the idea of getting work done and not actually achieving the outcomes you care about. And so I felt myself thinking, oh man, I've got so much work to do. I need to do like a lot of work this weekend or whatever. And that kind of came with a sort of level of kind of some sort of negative feelings of like anxiety or whatever that like I have all this work to do. And and then I thought like, why am I framing it as like I have to do work. And then
Yep.
and then I kind of I thought that yeah, framing it as like work in the abstract, I think is why my problematic alarm bells went off, because I think work in the abstract, like thinking about anything as work in the abstract, it's
Makes it
stupid.
feel
Like,
less fun. Yeah.
well, yeah, there's like so much baggage associated with it that like yeah, if you're ever thinking about work in the abstract, you're just screwing yourself, I think. And so then I kind of thought, okay, look, why am I thinking about it as work in the abstract? What do I actually have to get done? And then I
Mm.
thought, oh yeah, I need to finish our sort of revamped marketing sites for Causal this weekend. And then I thought, that's actually really fun. Like that is like right on my street. That is my jam. Like, and then when I thought, okay, I need to finish the marketing site this weekend, then it didn't have the feelings of anxiety and like, oh man, I have to work. It had a feeling of like, oh cool, this is like this is a thing I'm into. Like why would I feel bad about this? And so I think, yeah, I think the insight, if you will, the concrete takeaway is that thinking about work as an abstract concept and framing anything as work as an abstract in the abstract is a it's just is bad. And if you think about what you're actually trying to achieve and what you actually need to do or whatever, then I think your feelings towards the thing will be very different. Now tell me
Yeah.
what book you've read this in. No, Tiago Forte came up with this in 2018. Why haven't you done
I'm
building a
actually
second
writing
brain?
about this. This was going to be hashtag OC.
Wait, what?
Uh, this was going to be original content. So I've got a chapter in the book around mindset surrounding work,
Hmm.
where about this thing of feeling as if we. I mean, there's a few different things here. It's like, yes, I agree. The general abstract notion of work just feels a bit grim, and yeah, it's like I often have that like slight surprise when, for example, I'm doing something on the computer at like 11 p.m. and Sheen asks me, "Why are you working so late?" And the
Hmm.
framing of that question always surprises me a little bit because, like, oh, am I working? Oh, I guess this is work. Um, but it's just not how I consider it when I'm doing it. And equally, like this weekend, I also had a thing of, okay, I need to work on Sunday, and then I like literally
In the
this morning
abstract.
in the abstract, and then
Okay.
literally this morning I had the thought that no, I shouldn't think of it as work. Like, what do I actually need to do? I need to. Oh well, I want to kind of do another draft of chapter one of the book, and then I'm going to film this video around passive income. That's pretty fun. That was like my exact thought process this morning.
Oh wow, nice.
I think it's sort of like one thing I often advise students when it comes to it's like I need to study chemistry feels like feels really bad,
Yeah.
but I need to do some questions at the end of chapter one feels like very reasonable. It's like when you actually know what you have to do, like, it's like when you don't have clarity. Clarity is the thing. Anytime there is an item on the to do list that doesn't have clarity, it
Yeah.
is a total. It really sucks, and This is why no one studies on like, I have to study today. It's like, okay, well, if you just define what you actually are going to do, it would be a lot more fun. So work is kind of, I have to study chemistry, but like one layer abstracted from that. Like, oh, I have to work tonight.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
just makes it feel awful. The other thing that ties in with this, which I think about a lot, is have to versus get to.
Mm, yeah.
And I think like when you're like when you think, oh, I have to work, and it's like, oh, actually, I get to revamp the causal marketing side. That's kind of fun. Even
Yeah, yeah.
like I often like deliberately use that shift.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
even
I'm
have
a fan
a
of that.
post-it note on like literally in front of my monitor saying this is going to be fun. And anytime I just it's like, you know, it's been there for a couple of weeks now. But anytime I just read that, I just think this is going to be fun. I just like automatically like, oh yeah, I am actually having a good time. This
Yeah,
is one of the
yeah.
things just to remind myself to enjoy the things that I'm doing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I think in addition to like the feeling thing, it also if you consider what you're doing to be, I don't know, I have to study in the abstract or I have to work in the abstract, then your compass will be pointed towards feeling like you're studying in the abstract and feeling like you're working in the abstract. Whereas if the thing in your head is, I need to like do X, I need to do this specific thing, or I need to
yeah,
like accomplish this specific thing, then your compass will be pointed towards doing that specific thing. And I feel like you're much less likely to get caught up in the sort of in work theater or study
the
theater.
theater of work. Yeah,
Yep.
yep,
Yeah, I feel like study theater. I think we've talked about this. I think study theater was a big thing at school and university. Where I think there was a general sense of, oh man, I need to study in the abstract. I mean, right, in the abstract is like no one's actually thinking that in their head, but
perhaps
yeah,
people
maybe,
should start thinking that in their heads
yeah,
just to
yeah,
highlight how ridiculous this thing is.
yeah. Anytime you think of the word, think of the idea of work or study in a
Yeah, just
in a non-specific
and
context, you have to add
in
in
the
the
abstract.
abstract
Yeah.
in your head. Yeah. How stupid does that sound? Oh, I
Oh,
have
it's
to work
Sunday
in the
night. I'm going to work in the abstract tomorrow.
I love it.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, yeah, that was my that's my productivity advice for the year.
Excellent. Please do keep it coming. This is good fodder for the book.
Nice. Cool. I think we should wrap things up there because I do actually need to work in the abstract.
Great. I need to write my newsletter in the abstract. So